right, I guess we're live. So much for getting any sleep tonight. Um, I guess we decided to go to War with Iran. So here we are. It's not really that big of a surprise to anybody, but here we are. And I don't think my camera's working, which is weird. So, um, well, I'm tired, and hey, Slav. So yeah, I was gonna go to bed. I was gonna watch some TTB, and then I decided I was going to go check X before bed and troll some people, say naughty things on the internet. And what do you know? We're at war with Iran. So uh, we're going to we're going to see what's going on here. There's another one that no, they're still running behind. Trending 911 seems to be pretty good. Yeah, the world won't let me sleep. But I mean, what do we have here? Multiple strikes in at least 5 Iranian cities. Uh, so I know that Israel launched the preemptive strike. I don't know if America is also involved or not. How's my sound? I'm pretty sure that my camera's not working, however. And let's go see what. I don't know if I want to check my motherfuckers. So anyway, how's everybody else doing tonight? I'm gonna go hop on Discord and we'll see if Discord works. I wonder if my camera on Discord works. So my camera on Discord works, but not on Rumble. That's interesting. All right, that's fine. Fuck the camera. Nobody needs to see me anyway. Feel free to hop on Discord if you guys want. I'm going to go see what I can find as far as what's going on. I think I can. I'm going to try and get into a live feed. Where is there's a channel that I let's see if I can find. No, these are all Nemco. These guys. What time is it? Is it in Iran? It's they're going to be 8-9 hours ahead, so it's morning for them. It's So why is this dark? It shouldn't be dark in Iran because Iran's going to be because it's 1:30 a.m. here. So Iran's got to be daytime. So I don't know if yeah, 2026 227. I think some of these are probably off unless it's early morning. Yeah, we're going to go. I won't worry about that. Whoops, I did not want to do that. I wanted to refresh this. Let me go check my food. And here we go. This looks um, more like what's going on. I'm going to try and find more information and see what we got going on here. But because I'm not sure if we're involved yet. I mean, I'm sure we're going to get involved. I just don't know if we are involved yet, or if we're just defending Israel from Iran's retaliation, or what. Um, let's. So apparently, the Wall Street Journal says that we are directly striking Iran, which is dumb. Alex, anything else the elites do, Trump or not, they're all the same. I mean, he's got kind of a point. Uh, so Team Wood Chipper it is. I'm just gonna troll him. Let's give him a. Every time I put a little popcorn thing at the end of my tweet, that's why you guys know I'm just kind of trolling and being stupid. But yeah, I don't think this is World War III. Um, you know, clip being shared as described cruise missiles heading to Iran. Make the Persian Empire great again. I mean, some people are going to be super excited about this. You've got a lot of neocons out there who want war and who want to make. All right, I'm gonna go check on my food real quick, guys. I'll be right back. All right, let's get trolly. Let's. chipper. Um, let's see what Grok does. That seems a little bit. I better not make this image, actually. I think I better not, because I will be tempted to make an image of something bad. Did I vote for war with Iran on the behalf of Israel? No. Here's Cenk saying, fuck the war started. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want this. And look, and I'm not a fan of Iran, right? I mean, I think they're doing a lot of shady shit too. But I don't think this is the right way to do it. Now, look, maybe we have some secret death ray weapons and maybe we're going to pull this off. I don't know. Um, I mean, politically, Trump's taking a big gamble. Now, yeah, maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try it again. Because I'd be tempted to ask Grok to make a wood chipper, feeding pedophiles into it, but that would probably get me back. The people getting us into all this mess. American people don't want all this bullshit. We really don't. Um, Now, on a practical level, I think everybody should stay away from public spaces and crowded spaces. Let's go make a. Um, Whoops, I don't want to do that. Um, how do I? Let's go make a post. So, personally, I think that we should avoid crowded spaces until we see how this plays out. Um, Audio's cutting in and out. Well, that sucks. I'm not sure why. I don't know if there's anything I can do. Let me try muting and unmuting my microphone. Um, I'll turn off Discord. How's that? Is this better? I think that better safe than sorry. We should, at least I'm going to avoid crowded spaces. And because there's probably a bunch. Okay, so it's probably Discord messing it up. Because there could be sleeper cells, and the Iranians are going to do something. We just don't know what they're going to do yet. Hackers of the world unite for Iran if U.S. attacks. Well, that's not going to go well, right? None of the Gulf states want this war. They're actively lobbying the president to not listen to Israel. Turkey, an ally since 1952, already cut diplomatic ties with Israel and will likely be pushed further into the arms of Russia over it. I mean, this is probably true. I mean, we are, unless we, I don't want to say we, because I have nothing to do with this, unless Trump and the neocons that are dragging him along on this, unless they pull this off quickly, and I don't think they will unless there's some sort of internal Iranian, assistance. This could go really sideways, and this could completely derail the whole American populist movement. And I think this is a big distraction from what Trump was elected to do. Now, I know a lot of people want this, a lot of people don't. I suspect that most people don't want this. I think that a lot of there was a poll earlier that I saw on where did I find it? It was showing like a 50-50 split. On whether Americans wanted war with Iran or not. I can't find it. It's probably already gone. The reality is, I think that most people probably don't. And there's probably some sort of op to make people think that there's. All right. Trump says the U.S. military has begun major combat operations in Iran. So here it is. We're doing it. All right. I am going to grab my food and I'm going to grab a Coke because fuck. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see something here. No, my camera just does not want to work. I think it's because I was doing MechWarrior earlier, and I think OBS and Discord fucked with my camera. So, let's go send a, I'm going to tell my dad I'm live streaming on YouTube since dad's wanting to know what's going on. And, all right, well, so here's the problem with the early stage of what we're getting into right now. It's too early to tell. Now, personally, I think that Iran has been preparing for this for a long time. And the landscape of Iran, if we look at a map, let's see if I can find a. Let's go look at Iran. All right, so let's go. So here's Iran, and all this bullshit here is mountains. And how do I change this to? There we go. So see all this. This is just all mountains, like all this bullshit. Like here's Iraq, nice and flat, great for tanks doing tank things, great for bombing. This is Iran. This is basically like a giant 90 million population Muslim Iwo Jima. And these guys, I mean, who do you think taught Hamas how to dig tunnels under shit, right? It's probably Iran. So these guys have been digging tunnels and all their underground bunkers and all that stuff for a long time. And it is likely that we have no clue what all they have. Now, it could be that these guys are weak, and maybe we're going to go and do a snatch and grab like what we did with Maduro, but I don't think so. I think Iran is a vastly different country than Venezuela. And, so I don't. I don't see this going quick and easy. Excellent. This guy's still probably asleep. Let's go see what uh let's see what Mike Benz has to say if he's up. What are we doing, man? Apparently we are trying to start the global. How do you spell boogaloo? Let's go Google this. Boogaloo. So, yeah, I mean, this isn't gonna. Let's see. See if we can find. See what General Flynn has to say. Is he posting? No, he's asleep. Let's try Doug McGregor. If he has any. And it begins. Um. Yeah, so I'm not sure how we win this quickly unless we have a lot of Iranians secretly on our side and that they're armed and ready to fight with us. So, because if we get into another forever war, then the Republicans are cooked. Democrats are going to blame this on Trump, even though all those motherfuckers. So, let's see what uh, let's see what Trump has to say. Uh, Pinned 7 minutes ago. All right, this is. Let's see what he's saying here.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder.
Now, I will say this. The Iranians chanting death to America does not go well in their favor, right? I mean, I don't think they would attack us. And if we were going to go and fuck up Iran, we want to make sure that we don't have a bunch of Iranian terrorist cells in the United States. Because some portion of them, some significant portion of the Iranians do not like us and want us all dead. That is true. Do the majority want us all dead? I don't know. I doubt it. I think most people just want to be left alone. But, I don't know. I think this isn't being handled well.
Targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's
And honestly, we should have kicked the shit out of them back then. If Jimmy Carter had just kicked the fuck out of Iran back in the 70s, that would have been the time to take care of business when Iran was weak, and we shouldn't have waited 50 years. Now that you wait 50 years, I mean, it's a little bit different now. They've had quite a lot of time to build up. So if you were going to do this, then Jimmy Carter or Ronald Reagan should have dealt with this a long time ago.
Proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer. From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has.
So let's just take a moment here real quick. So yes, Trump is right. Iran has done a lot of really awful things and we don't like them, okay? We don't like. Yeah. So we don't like Iran and they're bad. The Iranian government's bad, whatever. The and they mess with our interests all over the world. And that's probably true. They certainly have killed a lot of Americans over the years, and they've funded a lot of our enemies, or they've helped a lot of our enemies. So first rule of dealing with a problem is deal with it sooner than later. And yeah, we could have dealt with them a long time ago. The timing is awfully suspicious, and a lot of it is also priorities, okay? Like right now, Trump got elected to prioritize the American people, American interests here at home. Now, the Democrats are insane and the Republicans are morons, and so none of them are passing the legislation that the people want. And Trump is, I don't even fucking know. Because ultimately what the American people want is they want secure elections, they want a better economy, they want to deport 20, 30 million illegals, and they want to have jobs, better lives. They want to be, the American people want to be the priority of the government, not like everybody else the fuck around the world. And the problem that Trump's going to face is, regardless of what his intentions are, and I'm not going to get into reading his mind, I don't know what the guy thinks and I don't want to know, but regardless of what his intentions are, right now, a lot of Americans are going to perceive this as, we're doing this for Israel, we're doing this for big money interests, we're doing this for, anything else, right? Because, if Iran were such a big threat, then why do we have, open borders? Why do we have all these, potential Iranian terrorists inside America? Or why do we have all these unknown people? Why do we wait this long? Why are we timing this, right in the middle of all the Epstein stuff, or in the middle of, any number, pick your reason, doesn't matter, right? But the American people are going to perceive this poorly. Now, if Trump pulls off of Venezuela and just goes in, wham, bam, thank you, man, then, then this could be all right. The other problem is the Ayatollah has already talked about how he's likely not going to survive this war and that he's going to martyr himself. And now you're going to have all these jihadis who like the Ayatollah, who are going to, it's like the Obi-Wan thing. Obi-Wan tells Darth Vader, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine, right? When you martyr somebody, they become a more powerful idea. And this is the risk that Trump's taking. So I don't know.
Armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel.
So, the time to fuck up Iran, for example, would have been right after Hamas did their stuff, right? Back when, when Israel was more popular, when you had the public motivation, just like we had public support to go into Afghanistan right after 9/11. But by the time we started fucking around in Iraq and doing all these other things years later, we'd lost that public support. So if you were going to fuck up Iran, doing it right after they did something bad would have been the time to do it. Now, granted, Biden was in charge at the time, and we don't know what Mr. Potato Head was thinking, but he didn't, right? So this is an awkward. The timing is very awkward and dangerous. Let's keep
slaughtering
going.
more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy.
Now, here's a question. Did Iran actually kill tens of thousands of people, or did they not? Because I've heard conflicting stories. I know the American government has said they killed tens of thousands of people, but I don't really believe a lot of what the government says. Do we have any? Is there any independent reporting of that? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if you're going to have a mass revolution or something, first thing you do is you kill all the people revolting. If you're a dictatorship, and that's a very effective. Historically, that's how you stop revolutions. And so maybe they did. I don't know. I'm skeptical of everything. It's not that I trust Trump or don't trust Trump. I don't trust anybody really. Let's keep going.
Policy of the United States, in particular, my That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. Again, they wanted to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't know what was happening. They just wanted to practice evil. But Iran refused, just as it has for decades and decades. They've rejected every opportunity to renounce their nuclear ambitions, and we can't take it anymore. Instead, they attempted to rebuild their nuclear program and to continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas, and could soon reach the American homeland. Just imagine how emboldened this regime would be if they ever had and actually were armed with nuclear weapons as a means to deliver their message.
Now, here's another possibility, guys. It's possible that Midnight Hammer was a complete failure, that the Iranians got all their shit out before we bombed them, and that there's something going on that we just entirely don't know. I mean, do I think we were successful at blowing up all their nuke stuff? No, probably not. I don't know if I believe that. Once again, I said that I don't really believe a lot of everything. So it could be that we fucked up last time, and that long term forced us into this mess. That could be.
Message. For these reasons, the United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation to prevent this very wicked, radical dictatorship from threatening America and our core national security interests. We are going to destroy their missiles and raise their missile industry to the ground. It will be totally, again, obliterated. We're going to annihilate their Navy. We're going to ensure that the region's terrorist proxies can no longer destabilize the region or the world and attack our forces, and no longer use their IEDs or roadside bombs, as they are sometimes called, to so gravely wound and kill thousands and thousands of people, including many Americans. And we will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon. This regime will soon learn that no one should challenge the strength and might of the United States Armed Forces. I built and rebuilt our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to its power, strength, or sophistication. My administration has taken every possible step to minimize the risk to U.S. personnel in the region. Even so, and I do not make this statement lightly, the Iranian regime seeks to kill. The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and
Well, I mean, of course they seek to kill. We're attacking them. This is a war, right? I mean, when you're in a war, once the gloves come off and you start killing each other, once we start killing the Iranians, they're going to try and kill us back. That's how wars work. Okay, so like I said, stay out of crowded places, avoid public transportation. I would be very careful right now. I mean, especially if you're in a big city. This could get really stupid. So so yeah, this is man. All
we
right, let's
may
keep going.
have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now, we're doing this for the future. And it is a noble mission. We pray for every service member as they selflessly risk their lives to ensure that Americans and our children will never be threatened by a nuclear armed Iran. We ask God to protect all of our heroes in harm's way, and we trust that with his help, the men and women of the armed forces will prevail. We have the greatest in the world, and they will prevail. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. Finally, to the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations. For many years, you have asked for America's help, but you never got it. No president was willing to do what I am willing to do tonight. Now you have a president who is giving you what you want. So let's see how you respond. America is backing you with overwhelming strength and devastating force. Now is the time to seize control of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within you.
So here's the gamble. It looks like, and maybe Trump knows something we don't know. Maybe there's some CIA. There's probably some CIA guys in there doing CIA things, right? Um, So the gamble is: are there enough Iranian people that will rebel? Uh, if we bomb the crap out of. So anyway, man, this is one hell of a gamble. Yeah, I don't.
Your reach. This is the moment for action. Do not let it pass. May God bless the brave men and women of America's armed forces. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless you all. Thank you.
All right, so let me try and get some information here. In civilization terms, the United States of America switched from a cultural and economic victory to a domination victory. Um, yeah. So, all right. So, like my friend said, we're going for the domination victory. That might be it. Um, Let me just. So, yeah. I mean, I think everybody needs to protect your loved ones. Shit's gonna get weird. Protect as many people as you can. Keep your head down. Um, See if there's any other updates because things are getting pretty crazy. Update: CNN reports several military operations in Iran are targeting troop quarters housing the Islamic Revolutionary Guard and expect casualties. So, now one of the theories is that the Iranian military and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard don't like each other. And it might be that we've paid off the heads of the Iranian military to do a military coup, and that we're just going to be staging the air support for a pre-planned Iranian revolution. Okay, that that could be. Um, I mean, most of the time when your country's attacked, you rally around the government. So I don't know if they're gonna revolt. Um, um, my friend in New York thinks that the cities are going to be safer than the boonies. That you're going to start seeing you know, radicals rise up and killing minorities in the boonies. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that, I mean, at least not here in Oklahoma. I don't think so. Um, I mean, honestly, I would stay home this weekend. Because we have no idea how Iran's going to retaliate. I'm sure they have pre-planned terror cells. I'm sure they have, you know, the means to attack various targets around America, power grid, infrastructure, utilities, whatever. I mean, this could get pretty crazy. Um, yeah, I'd avoid traveling right now. So, um, yeah, we just need to each protect what we can. Um, so yeah, just keep your loved ones safe. Oh man. Yeah, sorry this isn't such an interesting live stream. It's mostly me just trying to see what we got here. We're gonna probably learn more. Here we go. So now Israel's getting hit. So sucks to be Israel right now. I often wonder if the people who are pushing for this whole like attack Iran thing, I wonder if they secretly hate Israel and want Iran to blow up Israel. Because Iran's going to do something to Israel. And I don't know if we have enough defensive weapons to protect them. So, man, let's let's see if I can find a uh, an Israeli live feed. So here is a here's Tel Aviv. So there doesn't seem to be. I don't see anything on fire. So And
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people.
uh,
A time to
I mean, here's Tehran. So I don't. We might be. Maybe Trump's right that we're not attacking any of this. We might just be attacking military installations, which is likely. So I'm not sure what. Yeah, Israel's getting. Yeah, there's this 9/11 news breaks. Um, seems to be. That's what Douglas McGregor says is the up to the minute feed. So let's just keep checking it out and see what we got. And I bet yeah, there's still nothing new there. Let's see what Trump declares war. Yeah, we already saw that. And here we are, the big story. Yep, everybody's just waking up in the middle of the night. Um, People are going to argue about whether or not Trump has lawful authority, which, the reality is having lawful authority seldom influences whether somebody can do something or not. We have the army, we have the military out there, so of course we can do it with or without lawful authority. A lot of people are pissed off because they don't want to deal with, you know, they don't want to be beholden to foreign stuff. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when we voted for no new foreign wars. That is correct. I think this is going to hurt, you know, Trump more than people realize. So, Iran is fucked. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. This is a good point right here. J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio announced that Iran's attempting to develop a nuclear missile to strike the mainland of the United States. But back in June, Trump said that the total obliteration of Iran's nuclear program. So, it's like somebody lied or somebody was mistaken. If you want to be especially generous, so um, stupid. Um, and so daily Iran news. Let's see what these guys say. You ready for Iran to flatten Tel Aviv? Um, Netanyahu changes the name of the operation to the Lion's Roar. Large-scale cyber attacks against Iranian news agencies. About an hour ago, Iranian fighter jets are airborne. Tehran is preparing for a response like no other. And Iran may Israel really. Now I don't know if this is true. If I don't know if this was planned months in advance. I mean, it probably was. I don't think the go date was set. Um, so I mean, and keep in mind the Iranians are these guys have conviction. Much like the Russians in Ukraine. And I mean, it's They're going after Iran's security apparatus, so that's interesting. So I mean, it it might be that they're just trying to target Iran's means to control their people, and maybe there's some underground plan to do something. Unfortunately, I think this is too early to really tell. Any new updates? Nope. And there go the MiGs. So the question is, are these Russian MiGs or Iranian MiGs? Um, so that's hard to say, right? We don't know whose MiGs they are. Um, see if there's any updates. No, I mean there's really not really gonna know anything for a while. Um, we can go find some live feeds and watch, but that the I'm not really sure that there's anything out there yet. I think what's going to probably happen. So, like when the Russia-Ukraine war started, I was able to watch uh, a live cam from the Zaporozhye nuclear plant, and I was able to watch some of the fighting going on there. That was fascinating. Um, I'm not sure if we're going to find a live cam feed over the fighting. I think it's going to be a bunch of people just taking cell phone footage and uploading it over the course of the day. So here we are. Here we are. Um, so here's Thomas Massey. It's acts of war on. I guess it's an hour ago. I think I might have shown this already. Acts of war unauthorized by Congress. U.S. attacking Iran, according to the AP. Remember when we predicted this and we called Panasin's, I'm sorry you're against this, many are for it. And then I'm also against the next war. Yeah, I'm really sick and tired of all this bullshit. So let's see if I can find anything else happening. It was the final war. The Bible has already told us who wins, and Alexander Dugin says us. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Russia does. Trump lost Milo. Well, it's bad when you lose Milo. Um, Iran just launched a wave of ballistic missiles. Um, I think a lot of people in the a lot of people in the East are going to support An official in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps this time will not be like the June War. Iran waited 20 hours before responding. This time Iran is prepared, and the response will come in the first 5 minutes. So, whoops, that is not what I wanted to click on. Damn it! I wanted to click on the Iranian army and see what else they're gonna say. So that is really fucking annoying. Um, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Let's see if we can, because Alexander Dugin, and look, and it's always good to look at people with completely different points of view. Um, um,
Photos of any of your activities online, if your purchases, if you are so.
It's a social credit. Yeah, we know about all that already. So, yeah, I can't, let's see if we can find anything else here. Any more recent updates? Milo says, until Trump, every president proved their macho creds by casually murdering millions of Muslims. Until Trump, every president was an Israeli plaything. Until Trump, Jewish interests reign supreme in America. Until Trump, there was endless wars in the Middle East. Until Trump. Yeah, I mean, Trump's going to take a lot of shit for this. And, rightly so. He promised no new wars, and now we have a new war. So, sorry. So, all we can do is see if he pulls this off. I mean, that's just really what it is. It's all out. It's out of all of our hands. So let's see if there's anything in here. No. All right, well, guys, I don't think we're gonna learn anything new. I mean, the game is on. Trump really is losing credibility on this one. And, I think that if you are, the problem is now we're in this. So, we're stuck. So, the game is on, guys, and I hope for America's sake that we don't screw this up, because if we screw this up, things could go very bad for us. I hope for your sake that you're all prepared to watch out for each other and keep yourself safe. And my advice for this weekend is stay close to your loved ones and just focus on getting your lives together, because all of this is out of our hands right now. All you can do is watch out for yourself, your family, your friends, your neighbors, and let's hope that this war doesn't find its way over here. But there could be a lot of terrorist attacks in the United States, so let's be mindful and vigilant. And I will update you guys if I see anything interesting. So here's my impromptu live stream, and I will catch you later. Good luck with everything, guys. Stay safe.